All right, back with another episode. So this is Mario Cristobal talking about getting Miami back to 2001 form. Let's hear it.
But also acknowledge that we're not going to just flip that switch in year one. We're going to be back to what we were in 2001.
Miami didn't slip up overnight, so getting Miami to be Miami again doesn't happen overnight, right? Those things, they mirror each other. I haven't played here and haven't gone away and learned under the very best and been able to apply that and get some great results. It's my obligation, and the one that I really have always wanted and look forward to make sure that Miami establishes those standards and that culture. And mind you, standards and culture are action. You don't just roll the ball out there and become Michael Irvin. And I think our team is, through recruiting, through culture, through academics, through us just pounding, doing the right things all the time, we're learning more and more about what it is to be a Miami Hurricane. For us, honestly, right now, it's not about going back in time. It's about shutting our mouths and going to work and going to get better.
Have you embraced?
All right, so we heard what he said, talking about academics, talking about getting back to the 2001 form. All right, all you fans of Miami Hurricanes, check this out. All right. Here we go. Miami Hurricanes football. As we can see, let's zoom in here a little bit. Miami Hurricanes football. Mario Cristobal, second season, 12-13, below 500. And when we look here, this team is a member of the Athletic Coast Conference. The program began in 1926. Then it has won 5 national championships. And when we look here, 1983, 1987, 1989, 1991, and 2021. This is what he's trying to get back to. Let's look and see what happened. Consensus National Championship, Big East champion, Rose Bowl champion. They beat Nebraska. Larry Coker was there. Miami Orange Bowl, 74,000. We're going to get back to that in a second. But, yeah, we got to think of where this happened. All this success that they had happened while they were playing at the Miami Orange Bowl. When we look at the Miami Orange Bowl, this was I think this was slightly off campus, but the thing about this stadium is it was a beautiful stadium. It was a beautiful horseshoe with upper deck all the way around. It was natural grass. It was open air. This was a great stadium for the University of Miami. That the Miami Hurricanes had success. They had so many Hall of Famers. Sean Taylor, Ed Reed, Ray Lewis. What was the dude that played for Chicago? Derek Hester? Devin Hester? Something like that. They had so many Hall of Fame cats coming out of the Miami Hurricanes. It was unreal. But we want to talk about getting back to 2021, where let's look where the University of Miami football, let's look where they play at. 65,000 Hard Rock Stadium. This is a college football team playing at a NFL stadium. I just want to point this out to you, Miami. This is not a college football stadium. Hard Rock Stadium. You take one look at this and you can tell this is not a college football stadium. Yeah, I know some teams, they're able to play out of a pro stadium, but to be a Power 5 program playing at a 65,000 seats Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens, I'm pretty sure that's not on campus. And let's check this out. Let's see where you stack up in the ACC. All right, y'all know me, y'all know where I'm going. All right, let's take a quick map of where Florida State is in. It's the Atlantic Coast Conference. It's a nice footprint. All right. Almost there. Goodness gracious, where are we? We're going to go to football. No, we're going to go to facilities. Okay. Okay. Let's take a quick look at the ACC. Now, the Notre Dame is in here. I know that Notre Dame is pretty much affiliated with the ACC, so they might be independent, but just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to add them in here. Clemson, Memorial Stadium. Big, nice stadium. Best in the conference on campus. 82,000. Florida State, Bobby Bowden Stadium. No. Doak Campbell Stadium, excuse me. We'll get into that later. Notre Dame, 77,000. Beautiful. Beautiful bowl. I'll probably put this above Michigan as the best bowl in the... It's between Michigan and Notre Dame, best bowl in the country, in USC. Virginia, Lane Stadium. Nice, on campus. Excuse me, that was Virginia Tech, the Hokies. Pittsburgh, they play at Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium, 65. Notice that number. They play in an NFL stadium, and guess what's the capacity? 65,000. That's not a coincidence. And guess where Miami Hurricanes play? They play at another NFL stadium. And what's the capacity? This is not a coincidence at the NFL stadium level, because they always want their stadiums to be somewhere around 65. They don't want to go 100,000. They don't want to be at 85,000. They're selling a product with these stadiums. When it comes to the NFL fans, they want to be comfortable. A lot of NFL fans are older. They want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So they limited to 65. So anyway, let's look where Miami is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place. 6th place. You can't expect to be at the top of the conference, and your facilities is not keeping up. Look at the ACC, 31,000, 32,000. The SEC is kind of turning into a boo-boo conference. Why? Because it is right here. 82. First things first. To be the best stadium in the conference, 82 is not that good. For conference-wise, it's great for Clemson. And guess what? Clemson has national championships. But does Florida State have national championships in the last 20 years? Does Notre Dame have any national championships in the last 20 years? No. Does Virginia Tech Hokies? Nope. Michael Vick left, and that was the end of our Tech. They never kept up. They don't have the best. They have a nice stadium, but it's not the best. If it's not the best, you can't compete with the best. Pittsburgh's playing at the Steelers Stadium, and here's Miami. So, to Miami, you can't expect to attract the top talent. The top talent in Florida. Florida is a huge talent pool. You can't attract the best talent, dude, playing in this right here. No kid wants to come here. This is for grown folks and older folks. And guess what? It ain't. It's not the Orange Bowl. So I just want you to know that. The Orange Bowl. Let's see if we can get some more pictures. But yeah, the Orange Bowl, it was some stadiums are magical like that. Some stadiums have so much history that when you pick your program up and move it somewhere else, the identity is gone. The history is left behind with it. You can't just pick your program up and take it somewhere else to some NFL stadium. All the history, all the great moments that we had with watching the University of Miami, the U, all of it is gone when you leave your home stadium. If you choose to play somewhere, guess what you better do? You better upgrade it. Don't just leave it. You upgrade it and you keep up, so you won't be falling behind in the ACC. So that's Miami. All right. Let's talk about the other Florida team in the ACC. Florida State Seminoles. Now, Florida State just got locked out of the college football playoff. And, they were crying and complaining that, they got left out, even though it's my personal opinion that the teams that got in deserve to be in. I don't think Florida State got robbed. That's my personal opinion. Let's talk about maybe why they got left out. Okay, so let's do this. All right. 2024 college football playoff. All right, sorry about that. It's taking me a little bit of time, but we made it. Okay. All right, 2024 college playoff national championship. Florida State. Here we go. We already got it. We have already seen that Florida State doesn't have the largest stadium in the conference. They really haven't been keeping up. Let's look at the Doak. Now, growing up, when I saw Deion Sanders here with that number 2 jersey, this was the mecca of college football back in the 90s. And we see certain upgrades that they've done to the stadiums. There's certain good things, and there's certain bad things that, even though you expand the stadium, sometimes you have to do it the right way. Look at that and look at that. This helps you and this hurts you at the same time. Look, that's not keeping up with LSU, Georgia, Alabama. That's not keeping up. Okay, let's look here. Is this bigger than the Washington Huskies 77,000 seat stadium? Let's look and let's be fair and look. Let's look through. Let's be fair. Michigan's got 100,000 seat stadium. A lot of history here. But when we really zoom out and look at the stadium, it's not that big. Let's see what Michigan got. Michigan won the national championship. Let's see. Let's go to Jim Harbaugh. Sorry it's taking so long, guys. I'm just trying to wrap it up real quick. So, of course, he's not at Michigan anymore. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at Michigan Stadium. First things first, 107,000. It's no coincidence that the national champion, Michigan Wolverines, play at a 107,000 seat stadium. If you gotta come here, you're in trouble. Two big, huge press boxes, nice bowl, nice classic. It's hard to beat that, dude. It's hard to win there. The type of talent that's gonna attract, it's gonna be hard to beat. So, and we look at FSU, they don't have that. Period. Let's move on. When we look at the last team, Power 5 team in Florida, aside from UCF, who's now in the Power 5, we see Florida. Now, Florida plays in the SEC. They had a lot of success with Tim Tebow, but now that's we have to move on past Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was gone. Tim Tebow was almost like a one-off, for Florida. And since then, what have they done? Did they piggyback off that success and improve their facilities? Maybe. I can't really tell anything. It pretty much looks like the same. I think they may have upgraded their press box. It looks nice, but right here is an opportunity for them to expand here. The swamp area, that's nice. There's still opportunity to be had. First things first, the grandstand without a press box. You can look at the end zone. Look at the end zone facility and look at the press box. Excuse me, I said press box. The grandstand. They can go up here. They can continue this all the way around. They have to. Why? I'll tell you why. Let me tell you why the Florida Gators have to step their game up. And why they haven't been successful in the past few years. They got a great fan base. Let's look at the map. This is one of the toughest conferences in modern college football. We have Arkansas, Missouri, Texas A&M, LSU, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Auburn, Alabama, South Carolina, Florida Gators, South Carolina, Tennessee. Whoops, let's keep going. Let's go to where I always like to look. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about a team. Your favorite team. Just go tell you all you need to know. Facilities. Texas A&M. Now we talking about the Florida Gators. Let's see where they stack up. Kyle Field, beautiful, 102. LSU Tiger Stadium, one of my favorites, 102. Neyland Stadium, one of the best in college football, 101. Texas is now in the SEC. They got a nice stadium, but they made some mistakes. I'll get on them later. But it's still a beautiful stadium, 100,000. Alabama, where they got 5 national championships, 100,000. Georgia, 92,000. Florida Gators, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th place. And guess what? There's some cellar dwellers down here. You're gonna die. You're gonna starve with a 60,000 seat stadium in the SEC. You're gonna starve out here. You'll never touch a national championship. And guess what? Florida Gators, little by little, you're gonna start to fall down. Auburn is right on your heels. Auburn, you got to start doing some upgrades, dude. You have to. You have to. So that's for the state of Florida. That's FSU want to know why they got pushed out. Guess what? You got to step your game up. So I'm going to leave it at there. I'm going to leave it there. I just want Florida State to look at this. Washington, 77,000. Michigan, 107,000. And who did they beat? Let's see who they beat. Let's see who got the Heisman. LSU. I think they're at 92,000. LSU got the Heisman. It's no coincidence that your boy didn't get the Heisman. So, yeah, Michigan beat Alabama, another 100,000 seat capacity stadium team. And Washington Huskies beat Texas, another 100 capacity seat stadium team. These programs are where they're at because they've reinvested in their facilities. And if your favorite program doesn't do that, they're not going to get no piece of this. And don't tell me a team doesn't have an opportunity. Every team has an opportunity to be there, even group of 5 teams. But guess what? You got to reinvest. Where's Cincinnati? They're in the Big 12. Where's UCF? They're in the Big 12. Where's Utah? I think they're in the Big 12. These are a group of 5 teams. Where's SMU? They're in the Big 12. Where's TCU? They're in the Big 12. They was in the Mountain West or the WAC conference. Now they're in the Big 12. You can be here. Your favorite team can be here, but guess what? FSU, Florida, Miami, you gotta step your game up, or you ain't gonna touch this right here.